Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back. It's me, Sid Singh here, um, the main guy from Eagle Reviewer slash Reactor channel. And in this video, I'm going to be basically talking about the show Agatha all along. Why? Because I'm a huge MCU fan. My last video was over Deadpool and Wolverine. I've been waiting for some time to actually make videos and record. Now I finally can, and I have a series of things lined up. So I'll probably make a video over the Minecraft movie trailer. There's a lot of buzz going on that one, so that one is there. And then recently, the Thunderbolts trailer just dropped, so that one's coming out as well. So two videos after this one are already planned out. So let's talk about it. Agatha all along, and this is after the first two episodes have only been dropped. Okay, so I'm just gonna share my thoughts about it. So far, like I did with What If, the first two episodes drop, share my thoughts about it and how the show will go along. So let's begin. All right. So first of all, I'm in a different recording place now. It's pretty much where I'm gonna be. Um, and so the first episode, in my opinion, was pretty slow paced. I was confused at first. Is she a police officer? Like, what's going on? But towards the end, I'm like, okay, she became, Agatha Harkness, which is cool. But overall, episode one felt pretty slow, pretty boring. Like literally, when I was watching it on Disney Plus, I was like, "Oh, skip, 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 skip." I was like, okay, here's the good part. Of course, then we meet the kid, the boy, teen, who Agatha calls Pet. That was funny. And in episode two, we see their interaction a bit more and more. And yeah, episode two, in my opinion, well, one just ended, with Agatha just coming back, and that's pretty much it. Pretty slow pace, just starting the show out. I think it's a good thing they did the first two episodes dropped first, because episode one was pretty lackluster in and of itself. But two was kind of enjoyable. There was more to it, more substance to it, more story they were telling with that one. So I'm like, okay, this is something that I can actually watch. So I didn't skip through that one. I watched the whole thing in its entirety. Yeah, so I'll get started. The first thing of episode two, I guess, to take note of is that whenever Agatha asks who the teen boy is, whatever, like what's his name, his origin, what's his backstory, it always blurs out. She can't hear what he's saying. But anytime she asks him just a normal, different question, not about his origin, then she's able to understand it. So there's some reason why she can't figure out any information about this boy. Some people are saying it's maybe one of Wanda's kids. I forgot which one, Billy or Tommy, one of them, and then or it might be Agatha's son as well. So anytime he goes deeper, she asks him about his origin or whatever. He just starts like she can't hear it. I wonder why like he can't just like write it out on a piece of paper like what his name is. That would be interesting. Maybe the piece of paper would just float away or something. Because he doesn't know that she can't find out, whenever he starts talking about himself, like what he's saying. So I wonder if he wrote his name out on a piece of paper or his origin on a piece of paper, would that paper also disappear? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think it might, but maybe, who knows. I feel like the teen boy though will have a larger role to play. So his character is basically, he is, he's very inspired by the witches. He really wants to be trained under Agatha Harkness, and sort of learn under them. And he wants to go to the witches' road as well. So he helps him out, or he helps her out, and she helps him out as well. Like she agrees to let him join. And the first thing they need to do in episode two is they need to assemble a witches' coven. So they find a few other witches, and there's one other witch that they need. The fourth one that the lady wrote down, and that ended up being it was one of the characters who was in WandaVision as well. I forgot her name. It was like Donnie or something. I don't know. So I don't know why it was her or like how she knew it was her, but she was like, "All right, it's you. Let's go." It felt so forced. She just like imagine you're doing something if you were in her shoes and you just get dragged into this, and then you're like, what's going on? She doesn't even seem that confused. I mean, she's old. She's lived through a lot, but like I don't know. Maybe she's used to this. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so then they go down to the Witch's Road, and yeah, that's pretty much where episode two ends. And they're gonna continue from there. But overall, I feel like what's it? There's definitely more story, more exploration going on to it. Maybe we'll see what happens. The trailers of WandaVision and Agatha. all along seemed pretty promising. Seemed pretty interesting to see what would happen next. But you know, people have been like review bombing and giving like a bunch of dislikes and stuff, saying, "Oh, the Penguin's better. I'll rather watch that," which is fine. You do you, man. But I don't know. There are 9 episodes, so we still have like 7 more to go. So still more to it, I guess. But as far as the songs and the musical elements go, definitely the people who made this show definitely wanted to add that musical element from um, One Division as well. So that was definitely an interesting choice to make, but maybe that balances it out. If we could really get into the witch side of Agatha and like everyone else, and tap into the spookiness of that element as well, you know, and especially with the last episode coming out right before Halloween, that's the perfect time for the episodes to release in that order. So definitely looking forward to the next episode as well and seeing where it continues on and how the story continues to progress. Maybe we'll learn more about the teen boy and the witches. Maybe they're, and I definitely would like to see the relationship between one another and how they're going to interact, because there's a little bit of like love hate between all of them. And definitely Arbery Plaza, who's playing I think one of the villains I guess in the show. She's probably going to come back some shape or form. So there's definitely that. And in the teaser or one of the trailers for the show, we saw like this big like red like demon sort of figure. People are saying it might be Mephisto. He might finally be in the show. So maybe if you guys think that might happen, let me know in the comments below. But another thing was, what was it? I know in Doctor Strange or not Doctor Strange. Um, Doctor Strange was supposed to be in WandaVision. That didn't happen, and people thought, oh, Mephisto might be the villain of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Didn't happen. And then when it came to Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan said that they thought of making Mephisto the villain. Would definitely been an interesting choice, but eventually they went with Cassandra Nova, and it definitely made more sense with her ties to the X Men. So that story wise, it worked out better. I mean, probably be a completely different story if Mephisto was the villain, but you know, um, definitely seems interesting. And I'm not entirely sure because I don't read the comics, you guys, but um, one of my hold on. Anyways, one of my questions is that if what's it? Oh yeah, if and Wanda and her brother, I guess the super fast, speedy Quicksilver guy, who was played by Evan Peters and Aaron Taylor Johnson in the second iteration, I guess, if they're both the children of Professor X, Charles Xavier from the X Men franchise. Because people were saying that might be it, but I'm not entirely sure. As far as I know, in the movies they never showed Charles himself having any kids, but maybe that could be it, and it could definitely explain their powers. Because we know that they're from the X Men franchise. Like Wanda, I think was part of the X Men, but they never showed her in there. But Quicksilver was. Um, he was in the X Men franchise in the second trilogy they made um, with the younger cast members, and then of course they had Aaron Taylor Johnson play him in Age of Ultron. So not entirely sure, but that might be true. So if it is, maybe it could add up to something. Who knows? There may be a Scarlet Witch movie in the future as well. There are talks of that happening, so that could happen as well. But anyways, getting back to the show here. So first thing, I'm probably wondering is what's gonna happen next as they go down onto the witch's road. There's probably gonna be a lot of traps and stuff along the way, so definitely some spooky elements within there, and just I guess different maybe vibes and aesthetics. So I'm definitely like wondering how that's all gonna pan out and look like. So and just the magic, the sorcery, and the chaos. I think all of this is going to ensue later on. I think the villains of the show are going to be pretty interesting. Focusing more so on the mystical and magical side of MCU, which we don't really do a lot. So I guess we're finally getting back to that realm. It's different because WandaVision was more of a TV sitcom sort of thing, and saving the MCU, action sky beam towards the end. Whereas this one is completely different, where it's more magic, sorcery, like from Doctor Strange, panning more into those elements, but also like, you know, there's comedy to it as well, I'm sure, and more of like an adventure type thing. All right, let's go, let's get this done. I definitely would like to see Agatha Harkness in her full glory and power. Just full on witch mode. That would be definitely interesting to see. And maybe she goes and she does a big battle against all the other villains. That would be cool to see. Or maybe all the witches in the coven come together and help her out. There may be some, I don't know, betrayals along the way. Maybe some of the witches are out against one another. So you never know. But I think it's definitely interesting to see how all that pans out, and maybe what happens to all the other witches in the coven at the end of the show. Do their lives get better or not? Because I think they're all going to the road to like seek some sort of prize, right? Because as far as the show established in the lore that the witches already grant you the thing you want the most. And I remember one of the scenes from the trailer was Agatha says she wants her prize. I'm assuming that's probably her powers or something, which she's going to try and get back. Um, and maybe she'll get a cool costume with it as well. So I don't know. These are just some things I'm speculating could happen, and that'd be cool to see for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it from all I've inferred from the first two episodes, and I guess what's out there to come. But anyways, yeah, you guys, let me know what you think about what's gonna happen next in the show Agatha all along. What you thought about it so far. What do you think can happen next? And if you want to see me react to anything else, just let me know in the comments below. But anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Sticking till the end here. The Eagle Reviewer / Reactor is out. Take care, y'all.